RasMalai is a tasty dessert traditionally made with dairy and sugar. That is unfortunately heavily processed today and so falling out of favor of many. For those occasions when we still want to have a little sweet, thoda sa meetha, here is a wonderful different way to make this age-old delicious dessert. Sweet ingredients will be used, but this recipe involves using mostly raw and minimally processed ingredients. It is so yummy, as good as the original, that you'll have to take care of how much you eat. It involves no cooking, no heat, and because of that, it is rich in nutrients, and we can have a little bit with friends and family and double the joy of togetherness. I hope you got a chance to make the delicious beetroot halwa that was posted earlier. Here is Deepak Bhai and Punita Ben again to walk us through another totally tasty, low guilt dessert, RasMalai. This is Deepak Bhai. Deepak Bhai along with Punita Ben. They are revolutionizing healthcare, reversing disease, and making coconut milk for an awesome recipe. This will be used in what? Coconut milk will be used for?
RasMalai.
RasMalai. So we just took a raw coconut, took out the pieces, chopped them up, and put about 4 cups water in the jar, and then we're going to blend it.
Correct.
So we blended that, and now we are going to strain it. You want it thick?
Yeah. This is perfect. Because the top part, I'm going to use it in my...
Oh, right. The little... Nice. So nothing will be wasted.
No.
That's being eco-friendly, earth-friendly. No wastage. Minimal wastage.
Yeah.
So that's fresh coconut we're using, and they are easily available in grocery stores. They are a little difficult to break open and peel off, but with little practice it becomes easier. The great thing is that we're going to use this milk as well as whatever this dry stuff that is left in making the patties for this very recipe. And here is 1 cup almonds that was soaked overnight. They're quite easy to peel. They come off pretty
Very easily.
slide out.
Just the soak overnight almond.
Yeah.
And we can just clean it up like this, so you don't have to make it in the hot water.
Yeah.
So we're going to make out of this like a beetroot halwa, and we're going to make a rasmalai milk.
With with the almonds.
Yeah, we're going to make almond milk. Peel almond,
Yeah.
and we this is like a 1 cup. Add 2 cup of water, and grind it,
Yeah.
and then filter, and milk is ready.
Let's do
So
it.
this is not toasted though. This is a raw almond. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we put it in the blender. We just made some coconut milk.
2
Now we're
cups.
going to make almond milk.
Here you go.
So we are testing the thickness.
Yeah, you can see. Just we want a little bit more water.
Yeah. So you have to keep it on the thick side because you're making rasmalai. So you don't want it too thin. So you start off with little water and then add water as needed.
પછી એને ગાળો.
It's like a milk. See the almond milk.
Right. Soaked dates.
Soaked date.
Take out the seed. The dates were also soaked overnight, so they are soft and easy to blend for the recipe. We are going to use only 3 or 4 dates for rasmalai. The rest are actually for
Some
other.
coconut sugar. The white coconut sugar, not the brown one. Otherwise, this is getting more like
To keep the rasmalai white color.
right.
But I couldn't find
But
it.
since
sorry.
we don't have it, so we're going to use this one.
The brown coconut sugar actually turned out to be quite delicious and color-wise acceptable. That's a little bit of brown sugar and saffron strands. Saffron is a key part of the recipe, but the brown sugar is optional. So you can use more coconut sugar or dates instead of the brown sugar.
Put like a more little bit saffron. Actually, it's the equal size. It's supposed to be
50-50.
Yeah,
Half
This is-
almond, half.
coconut milk.
Half coconut milk.
And we're going to add some more saffron.
Saffron.
Now that our sweet syrup or ras made out of almond and coconut milk is ready, we are going to enrich it more by adding some cashews chopped up finely. These cashews were also soaked overnight. Punita Ben is adding some powdered cardamom seeds along with the chopped up cashews.
No. Just put a little bit. That's okay.
So saffron, cardamom, and almonds, pistachio,
And cashews.
coconut sugar, some crushed cashews which was soaked also overnight.
Pistachio.
Yeah. So now we're going to make the patty for the rasmalai. So this
That's
is
good.
what is this, Punita Ben?
This is
Crushed poha.
this is a crushed poha. So we just make a powder, and that's what we have it.
Poha or the thin rice flakes are easily available in Indian stores.
What we have a leftover, those coconut, when we made the coconut milk, the top part. So we're going to add in this poha. The same thing, I'm going to use some milk. Let me have some coconut sugar, please. Little more. Bas. That's good enough. This is coconut sugar. Now I'm going to add, this is a coconut milk.
Instead of water.
Few spoons
just
to make it bind.
No, you're going to use almost like 1 to 2 cup to mix it up. As you are keeping for 5 minutes, when you add, it's going to be like a more
Dry.
dry. So every time you have to add more and more. Usually like for the 1 cup poha, at least you will use 1 cup of milk.
You're going to put pistachio in it? No.
When you mix like this way because it has to taste like a mava. We can't make a smooth texture like chapati dough. It's just like this.
The patty is actually an excellent equivalent of the rasgulla that is traditionally found in rasmalai. It is sweet and juicy, and we are going to make it the right texture with these ingredients. You'll be surprised how, with some attention to temperature and texture, we can achieve such magical results.
We're just going to wait for 5 minutes and this should be ready.
After resting the patty dough for a few minutes, we can add the chopped up cashews that were also soaked overnight and give it a rough coarse mix with our hands.
But this is ready now.
So we added some crushed cashew that was also soaked.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
Now I'm going to make.
You can at this point even taste for sweetness.
Okay, do you have any almond powder or anything so I can make
Yes.
a.
That's a little bit of stevia that we're adding, but it is totally optional.
You have to mix like this because if you become the texture different, then it's no good. Okay. Now I have almond powder, so I rub it in mine, and then I'm making this patty. But remember, we did not use any oil and no sugar, no heat, no stove. All the enzyme is on its place.
Intact, yeah.
This is the patties, which is we put some.
This is what Punita Ben made a few days ago, and it still tastes good. The patty is excellent, but the base, the rasmalai, has turned a little sour after 3 days, right?
Yeah.
So it was good until yesterday. This morning it
So it's
changed.
good only for 2.5 days. So this is the new one, and then we'll put it in.
So we refrigerated the rasmalai for just a few minutes after it was made. And now we are adding the patties in. And then we'll refrigerate it again, right? Till we are ready to eat
Yeah.
it.
And try to make little skinny so the taste exactly like
The original.
original.
This is the new original. This is the original now. What wonderful colors. Deepak Bhai is chopping the cashews, prepping.
For the beet halwa.
There you go. Embellished with pistachio, crushed,
Look,
powdered.
this is RasMalai. It's ready. Yummy.
Awesome! Looks yummy! Now we'll all sit down and eat it. RasMalai is refrigerated, actually chilled before it is eaten because it tastes delicious that way. So you can prepare it a day in advance, but remember that the base or the syrup or the rus will turn sour after 2 days. So enjoy your amazing, delicious, tasty, no-cook RasMalai.